Hey guys, how we doing? I hope we're really doing good. Okay, so I am cutting out a new purse pattern, and this is going to be my lining. And the purse pattern that I'm doing, it is called the Belladonna. Now, this is the first time that I'm cutting live, and also the first time that I'm gonna attempt to do this pattern. I haven't sewn in a while, and I miss it. I definitely miss it. So right now I am just and this is the purse pattern that we are going to do. So I'm excited about that. So like I said, this is going to be the lining and this is going to be the exterior of the purse. And I thought these two were going to be great. I'm also having a piece of black vinyl, which I forgot to get because why? This is my first time doing this. And so let me see if I got some black over here. Okay, sorry about that. So here goes my black that I have. And it's like a texture black. So these are the three colors that I'm using. So let's start cutting this out. So I already cut out my pattern. And what I ended up doing was cutting two of the same material out. Do I got this wrong? Sorry, guys. So I ended up cutting two of the materials out. I mean, the pattern. And then what I did was tape them together so I have an idea of what sizes I need. Because a lot of times when you're folding the material, because on these materials it says fold at the edge, it's a little bit more than normal. So, okay. So I'm going to start with my lining. And I'm just pulling out all of my lining pieces. And it definitely tells you on the pattern and I am just okay. I should have separated this before I got on. But anyway, first things first. You want to use a new blade because you want to make sure that your pieces has a flawless cut. Because I used to cut with an old blade, and ooh, child, let me tell you, it took forever. It definitely takes forever when you don't have the right, a clean, brand new blade. Okay, so I just want to put that one on side. I don't ever throw out my blades because I have a blade sharpener. So if I'm not lazy, I'll sharpen them. Okay, so 2 lining and 2 woven pieces. 2 lining, 2 woven pieces. This is the deco reel. 2 lining, 2 woven. Exterior, exterior. This is the lining, exterior flap. Okay. 2 lining, 2 woven, and 1 exterior. Okay, so now I'm going to take out my lining. And a lot of times I like to, what can I say? Uh, and I got this fabric from Soya. And I'm hoping I got enough. So let's see. So 1, 2. I need 2 of these. Then I need 1 of those. Yep, I got enough for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on my heat press, because what I like to do is definitely take my material and put my interfacing on. And then I like to cut. Because for some reason, I'm cutting twice the same material that's going to go together. So why not just attach the piece and do it that way? So that's what I'm going to do. And to me, this makes it 2 cuts in 1. Okay. So now I'm just going to make sure that everything's lined up. And then I'm going to come out with my pieces. Okay, that's long enough. Then I need 1 of these. One there and 1 there. And I have the flap right there. I could do 2 of these right here. And then the main lining, I will have to cut somewhere else. So I think I'm gonna start cutting. Hi everyone, how we doing? Let me see, hold on. Okay. So now I already changed my blade, so now I'm gonna get my I'm gonna go and cut my interfacing down. Okay, and pull this on the side, but I'm not throwing it out because I still got some other pieces I need to do. Okay, so I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm going to, that's one, two, okay. I'm gonna go as close to the edge as I can. And this is a little bit time consuming. I invested in a movie projector. I have it right up here. Let me see if I can show you. I got it hanging right up there, and it's new, so it's gonna take me a little bit to learn it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna cut this down. And it's just gonna be enough for the other one. Okay, so now that I cut these two pieces, before I go cut them, I'm going to press this on. And I forgot to turn on my heat press. So while I'm waiting on the heat press, I'm gonna go and cut the next one. So now, since I got a straight line on the edge, and you know what I'm missing? My paperweights. So I got these off of Amazon, and these do wonderful to holding your pattern down. Okay, so now that I got that, I just want to make sure that everything's lined up. And that looks perfect. And now I'm just going to cut from down here and go straight across. And I like to use the ruler when I only got straight edges. Okay, so now I got my scissors. Okay. So before this falls down, let me put a weight on it. And now, before I move anything else, I'm going to turn this around and do that edging. Okay, I kind of moved it by accident, but don't move it, guys. Okay, so now I'm just going to go straight down, and I'm going to follow the curve. Very slow. And this is why I say you need a new blade, because you want it just to flow. There goes my second piece. And now, I'll move this one over here. Then I'm going to scoop this down. Now I have to cut 2 lining and 2 woven pieces. So I'm going to come to the edge over here. And then I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to cut a straight line. And I'm going to cut down here. I mean, guys, if you are a good cutter, you don't need a ruler. But, you know, I am not perfect. So this is why I use my ruler. Okay. So now that I got that one done, I just need to straighten out this one on the edge. And it's definitely, to me, is less waste when you do it this way. Okay. Hello, precious pieces. How you doing? I am cutting out a pattern, a purse pattern that I am going to make. And I haven't sewed a purse in a while, and I miss it. I usually don't record me making a purse because, child, whew, sometimes it takes hours. And I don't think my camera has enough of that time. But I definitely make purses. I usually post them on TikTok whenever I make them. And they come out pretty cool. So okay, so I got my second lining done. And now I have I'm not using a directional pattern, so I'm good cutting it that way. Okay, so now I'm just gonna freehand this. Like I said, this is a little time consuming, but the end result, guys, to say that you made it is like the best. Okay, so one flap, one woven, I have that. And I think I just have to cut out okay, so this piece right here is for, I said for the thing. I'm confusing myself. So now I need one more piece because I was supposed to cut two, so I cut one of these and then two of the lining pieces, which is this. And now I have to cut one more this size because that's two woven slip pockets. Okay, so now this right away. And I think this is going to be the perfect piece. Okay, so let me just line everything up. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my ruler and cut this around. Okay, let me cut this top part off, and I'm done with that. So now I'm gonna go take my pieces to my heat press and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got one piece done. I'm gonna run and do the other ones real quick. This definitely takes a little bit. I mean, I'm not the fastest. There's some people that do this thing so fast, and I'm just not there yet. Okay, so I pressed all my pieces. And here goes the lining in the back. And this is the front. And now I'm just going to trim it out just a little bit. Sometimes when I put the interfacing on, it stretches. And you really don't have to do this because you have seam allowances, so it'll go all in. But I like to be exact because I mess up a lot. Okay. So let me trim this off. I think I'll keep that one there. Okay, so I have two settings, two sets of the slip lining. So what I want to do is make this one even and then cut my other pieces out of it. So I'm going to put the pattern piece back on. And I'm going to cut this out. Right. Okay, so there goes my two pieces there. So now I'm going to cut two pieces of this one. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the other one. And I'm just going to freehand this one because it's just a straight line. Okay, so I got my zipper panel. Hey, Christian, get me some clips right there in that bowl on top of my sewing machine. That bowl right there. And you got to dig down. You got to dig down. Let me get a handful. Okay, so right now I'm just going to. Yeah. I wanted the small one, Christian. Specify. Specify. You hear him? Okay, so I got that one. I got this one. Oh, I gotta go and press these. I knew I was missing something. This one's gonna be quick because I can put it all on the same thing. Okay, so I kind of lied. It takes a little bit. Especially me, I don't know half of the stuff that I'm doing. So now I'm just going to take my pattern and I'm going to clip it to this. Hey, Making Marilyn, how you doing? I'm over here cutting on the purse pattern. I'm doing this the first time live, and the first time making a video cutting out the patterns. I'm not as quick, but I do intend to try. Okay, the D-ring is going to be exterior, and the zipper tab will be, I'll just cut it out of this part. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. So I hope everyone's doing good this Sunday. I was deciding to try to start designing a file, but I figure I've been wanting to do a purse first for a little bit. So this one. Okay, so now let me see what's up. Let me do this side. This is gonna be correct? Yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my pattern and I'm just going to cut this out by hand. Using my scissors to cut the edge. The other day I wanted to do an embroidery pattern. But child, I haven't used that in so long, I forgot how to use it. I'm like, ooh, I turned it on, I put the file in the USB, and I'm like, baby, I don't know. But it happens. It definitely happens when you don't use your stuff for a long time. And you know me, I wasn't very knowledgeable about it anyway. I'm just starting to learn about it. Just got the software, and man, that software was expensive. But I figured I needed the software anyway because, you know, why did I purchase the machine without no software? Good morning, LaShawn. How you doing? Right now, I'm just pressing this. And I'm just giving it a quick press. And then we're going to start cutting my exterior vinyl. Now, the colors that I got for the exterior vinyl will match my lining, you know, because I like to coordinate. So I have my tab. And let me... And you always want to kind of paper clip your pattern piece with the pattern. So when you get ready to sew, you know what goes next. Okay, and then for the last one is going to be the main lining. So I need to cut 2 of these. So cutting out 2 of these. And guys, whenever you're sewing a purse pattern, you always want to look at the pattern instructions, because a lot of times they have pieces in the pattern that they do not print out because it's just like a square or rectangle, you know. So you don't really have to waste papers on that. All you really need to do is just know the size. So I need to cut 2 of these. So let me see. I'll cut one there and then one down here. Cut one down here. Yep. Okay, so let me get some lining. I think I got it right here. Nope. Oh my God. I should have been prepared. Oh well. I mean, you learn as you go. Okay, so I definitely need SPF 101. So I got some right here. And now I just want to cut a piece the size. Because I don't want to use too much. So I'm going to cut. Let me put this underneath. Okay, you don't want to interface no raw edges because that'll be a waste. A waste of money and a waste of time. And who got money to waste? I mean, I don't. Okay, so now I'm just going to add my pattern piece right there. And now I'm just going to cut through. Add my weights. Guys, if you have paperweights at home, you know, back in the day, everybody made paperweights for your desk. You can use that as pattern weights. Because, I mean, why go out and spend... I didn't have none. I had them before, but, you know, every year or two, you make a yard sale to get rid of the stuff that you got because it starts accumulating a lot. Okay. And like with everything in life, things take time. And anything that's handmade takes super duper time. Back in the day, before I became a crafter, I used to say, oh, this and this and that, this and this and that. Let me tell you something. We make the most awesome patterns. And then you got these big companies trying to take our idea. It's just crazy. But anyway. Now, when you're sewing, guys, you definitely need good scissors, good blades, good needles. Okay. So we got the first one done. So now let's do the second one. And is this enough for the second one? Let me see. Perfect. Okay. And I'm just going to lay it up there. Okay, so now I'm going to add my pattern and we're going to cut it out. So my trim starts right there and I want to go over a little bit. Okay, right here. Okay. Hey, Debs, how you doing? Oh, you like to sew purses too? Girl, let me tell you something. I mean, I do all types of crafts. I do everything, guys. I got so much in my craft room. Sometimes I wonder, but you know, I use it all. I definitely use it all. And I definitely support small businesses. I just like the fact that they give us so much more attention and attentive with everything they do. Okay, so now I got all of that cut. I just got this one piece stuck together. And now I think I'm done. So I'm going to put my interfacing away. Now for the interfacing, you definitely need to use Decoville Light, SPS SF101. But if you don't have SF101, you can use, since pandemic, they've been coming out with so many interfacings. Joann's have their interfaces, but it's pretty much expensive. And I mean, it's uh it's ridiculous. And this is why I try to tend, and some of the business owners, they have their prices really low, but as everything comes up in life, they have to go up in the prices. But they don't go crazy like some people do, okay? Okay, so now just want to make sure that I got that looks good. So now I'm just going to hand free and cut the trim on the sides. Now this purse is made from Soulflow, and she just started her business, and she makes some amazing patterns. I bought 3 of her patterns already, and I mean, they're to die for, guys. Okay, I see that I missed a little trim, so I'm gonna cut a little bit right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to my deep press because I should have pressed this out before, but I wanted to show you how I cut it out. You always want to press your fabric first to make it straight. And it don't have to be very long, just so you have a crisp press. And then you put your interfacing on. I actually wanted to do StreamYard this morning, but I couldn't figure out how to share my camera. Okay, there goes one piece. I think this is the piece I cut. Okay, where's my scissors? Okay, so excuse me about me taking so long pressing out this interfacing. I should have my heat press closer, but of course, I don't. Okay, so now that I got my pieces of my lining together, next, now, I don't know if you guys can see, this is the Belladonna crossbody, and this is the cutting chart. So this is everything you have to cut out of interfacing, vinyl, and woven. Depending if you're using uh, a good vinyl, you don't have to interface it. Which I'm not interfacing my vinyl. Well, no, I am. I'm interfacing it very lightly because it is this color and it's thin. So just a small light interfacing will be all right. So, girl, I have a video, Marilyn, of a clear tote bag. It's super easy, very less material, minimum, no interfacing. You use waterproof canvas, clear material, or even cotton, whichever one you want. I mean, you can make a medium and large. I have both of the sizes up on my channel. So, and the tote bags are awesome. I make a lot of different ones. It's there are a lot of tote patterns out there. I have followed you for your beautiful cards, beautiful personality, and now purse sewing and also t-shirts. You are my kind of girlfriend. Hey, Charlene, how you doing? Thank you. I try to dib and dab and everything. I mean, anything that makes me happy. For years, all I was doing was card making, and that had me happy for a long, long time. But as the world evolves, they come out with new products, new things. It was just like card making. Every month they came up with new products for you to make new cards, and I was buying everything up. And now I'm definitely trying to get into my craft room and de-stash a lot of stuff, but I just don't got the time between my mom and work and just life. It's hard for me to get in, but what I need to do is go through each section, pull out everything, and go through it. What I want, what I don't want, I want to give away. But majority of the stuff that I want to get rid of is my big wall of paper. Behind this, from over here, all the way to the end is no, it's 50 cubes of 12 by 12 design paper, color paper, patterns. I mean, just everything. But anyway, I am definitely okay. So this is the exterior pocket stabilizer. I don't want to do the stabilizer yet. So that's stabilizer. That's stabilizer. This is the exterior base. This is the exterior back. This is Decoville. This is interfacing. This is the exterior flap. I don't know. Let me show you guys again the pattern that I'm getting ready to cut. This is the purse that I'm making. It is called the Belladonna. I know, Demps. It is a lot of paper. Believe me. When I started, back in the day, at the beginning of 2000, paper packs were $20 to $25 for a pack of 48. It was ridiculous back in the day. And then you start finding little stores like Ross, TJ Maxx, all of those other discount places that you could buy the paper for $13. And I thought that was cheap. So I kept on buying paper, kept on buying paper, and then I bought a lot of paper off a lot of people. I bought a lot of paper off of Tuesday morning. I mean, the girls in my area knew me and knew what days I would come in, and they would put stuff away from me. And I mean, I loved it. It was amazing. And then this is the exterior slip pocket, and this is going to be for the outside too. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's see. Okay, vinyl zipper tab will be at a exterior. And I got these for the stages. Okay. So now let me bring out my vinyl. Now, first off, I want to add my exterior flap and um my crossbody strap in black. So this is the black that I'm using. And guys, if you don't know about these vinyl companies that are around, these vinyl pieces, they're not cheap. That's why when you make a purse and you sell them, I sold I think it was 5 of my purses. One of them was $125, another one was $80, and I gave it to her for $80 because I kind of knew her and I wanted her to come back to me for more. And she has. So I'm not complaining. You know, sometimes you gotta lose a little bit of money to gain some money, you know, gain people's trust. So a lot of times I end up giving people a lot of breaks because I want them to come back to me, and they always do because they know I do good quality stuff. You know, if I don't like how it looks, I'm not selling it. I'm not putting it out there. That's just how I am, you know. And then you got people that don't know the price of homemade. Handmade, homemade, you take your time. They don't understand that in all the process of you doing everything, you have to consider your time and the material. And, you know, like for instance, rhinestones. The shirts ain't cheap, you know, which includes the t-shirts. The rhinestones are super expensive. They're not that, you know, price value. And depending on how many stones you use per design, that's how you figure out your price. But you know, you got some people that don't care and they know that the quality is amazing and they'll pay anything. Okay, so now with this black, can you see the texture? With this black, you don't need no interfacing because it's sturdy, it's healthy. So I am only cutting out, and I don't have enough for the body strap. This is 35 inches and I need 54. So I am going to cut out my flap first. Okay, and now what I want to do to make it straight, I'm going to use my ruler. Okay, so now I'm done with this piece because it's not long enough. And I need to go and do my crossbody strap. And that's going to be 4 inches by 54. Or you could do a shorter strap, 48. But I like them longer because I have adjustments and you can adjust the strap. Okay, so now I want to turn this around this way. And I just want to make sure that I got it straight. And now I'm just going to cut this edge off. Okay, now with this edge right here, I am going to use this for my zipper tab. So I need 1 zipper tab, 1 3/4, which that turns out to be perfect. So now I'm just going to cut this straight. And here goes my zipper tab. And now I'm going to put a clip on that. Two exteriors or 2 linings. And I think I want to do exteriors on this because this is going to be my D-ring connector. Okay, so for the D-ring connector, let me fold this because if I don't fold it now, guys, you know how that be. Okay, so my D-ring connector is going to be out of this, which is the same material, and just 2 of these. Hold that down. Okay. Turn this way. I don't know if I'm going to record this, and if I do, it's going to be pre-recorded because, child, like I said earlier, it takes a long time. So I got my first one, and now I'm going to cut another one. Okay, so here goes my D-ring connectors and my flap. I cut that pretty cool. Look at that. Look at the edges. Sometimes they come out wonky, guys. Woo, child. Thank God for the 3/8 inch seam allowance. Because nobody's perfect. But then you see those sewing machines, these people go, Man, I'm like, what? I want to do that. I want to do that. Okay, so now I got that, and I could keep that. I think there's something else I need with that. Okay, so exterior base. Oh, wait. I don't know, should I cut the bottom black? I know. I'll just do the outlining. Okay, so now that I did my flap and my zipper tab and my D-ring, the next one is the outlining. Okay, I got that. That's going to be the inside. It's going to flip around, turn inside out. Okay, I understand what I'm doing now. Sometimes, like I said, it get a little confusing, especially when you're new to this and it's hard. Sometimes it's crazy. Okay, so now I have my vinyl, and I ended up getting this vinyl off of a Facebook lady. She ended up was having a D-stash on all of her um expensive vinyl that I've never seen before. And I'm like, wow. And I bought vinyl. I don't know if you guys could see. Let me see. Let me see if you guys could see. You see that whole rack right there? That is full of vinyl. Then I got so much vinyl under here. I mean, and then I just bought me another rack up there to add my vinyl also. I mean, my room is tiny, but I make sure I fit everything in. And that's one of the reasons why I gotta do a D-stash, to make room. I gotta make room for some more. I've been wanting to get me a tumbler press, but I barely do my coffee mugs. Okay, so we need one, two. Okay. I think. Okay, I can put it right under here. So I want to make sure that I don't got nothing underneath. And add that. And now I'm going to cut this out. Let me go right here to the edge so I look better. No, I'll stay right there where I see how we're going to put it at. Okay, hold this one down. So now I'm going to start right here on the corner of the edge of the pattern and go all the way up. Then I'm going to take it all the way across. And I think I'm going to take out my bigger ruler. Okay, so let's situate this. I think that looks good right there. I'm just going to bring this down over here. just so I can make sure that everything lines up. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. I might not have cut through it. Okay, so now let's redo this. That was kind of hard. I might have to change my blade again. Okay, so let me do that. I would like to invest in a blade that I'll never have to change, and I haven't found those yet. You know, like the never sharpening pencils or stuff like that. Oh, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I'm not doing too bad myself. Let me move this to the side. Now let's go and cut this down. So I got that right there. Let me bring it over. Okay, that cut much better. Yes, child, that cut so much better. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut this straight. And then straight down. Okay. Okay, so now I want to make this curve freehand. And let's see if we could go pretty slow. So we could do this correct. Okay, definitely needed a new blade for that. And now we got our exterior. Christian, get me some more pins. Okay, and now I'm just going to move this one over here. And we're going to cut this out. Now, if you're new to sewing, they have some files out there that are super easy. Straight lines. Don't have to worry about curves. Okay. So now I cut my exterior back. And then I cut my exterior front pocket or slip pocket, because this is going to be the front. Then this black piece is going to lay over top, just like that. And then I'm going to have a crossbody bag. Okay, so let me see what pieces I can salvage, because when you got little faux pieces like this, I don't know if you understand that you can cut this on your Cricut and make names. All you need is some heat and bond, and you can make keychains, personal name keychains, okay, with this faux leather. It is amazing, okay? Those were such a good seller for me last year, and I can't wait for this year. Okay, so, ooh, this material got my nose itching. Okay, so now that I got that, now I think the last piece of the black is going to be the crossbody strap. So for the crossbody strap, I need it to be 4 inches by 54. So what I want to do is fold it in half, and I am going to cut this at 4 inches straight across, and that will make my 54-inch strap. So you want to make sure that everything is lined up. Got my exterior bottom too. Okay, so you want to make sure that everything is lined up to the T. Nothing is off. Hey, me creatively by Kim, how you doing? I'm hoping you're having a really good Sunday. So now, what I'm doing right now, I am cutting out a purse pattern because I want to sew. So I want to cut this at 4 inches, and let me turn it the other way so I know. Okay, this way on the bottom is better. So I want to cut this at 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need some light. Okay, hold on. I can't see. Guys, if you like me that can't see, ooh, child, you need a lot of light. Okay. Okay. That's a little bit better. Okay, so now you just want to make sure that everything's lined up at 4 inches straight across. You can put some weights on your, if you want. And now we are going to cut straight across. And then we're gonna move this down. Make sure it's still lined up at 2 inches. And then finish cutting. Okay. So now, just going to put it together. And I'll fold that up in a second, right? So this is my crossbody strap. So as you can see, it's pretty long. But what you want to do is take your ruler, and I'm going to prep this now, and mark 2 inches down in the middle, because we are making a 1-inch strap. So you need 4 inches to fold it in. That makes it to 2 inches. Then when you fold it in again, it becomes 1 inch. And a lot of times, if you prep your stuff before you sit down and sew, it's so much faster in some more cases. Now, the only thing I got left to do is to cut the and you can use clips if you want to fold these over. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold it over once on one side. Then you want to fold it again. So it's going to look like this. And this is for the straps. Then once you line everything up with the double-sided tape, it's much faster. Then after you got it like that, you do one more fold. And this is your 1-inch strap. And after you sew both sides down and you put your hardware, it's perfect. Okay. So now let's do our stabilizer to stabilize all of this. So this is the exterior back stabilizer. I need stabilize there. Okay, so I do need to stabilize all my pieces. I need Decoville heavy for the bottom, which I got heavy right here. So let's cut the heavy first. Now this is going to be I'm going to cut it down this way. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut straight down freehand because this don't have to be exact. Okay, so now I have my Decoville heavy already. I could put this one away. I want to change my setup here. I definitely want to change my setup. But first, before I change my setup, I got to learn how to use that projector. It's amazing. The stuff that I seen people do with it, oh, guys. Then I got onto this group called Projectors Sewing, Projectors for Sewing, I think it is called, on Facebook. Is it? Let me see. Hold on. I mean, this Facebook group is amazing. You learn so much, but you could also spend a lot of money. Okay, it's called Projectors for Sewing. And anything you want to know, just ask them a question. They are all willing to help you guys. And they're amazing. Okay, now that we got that one, now I want to come in with the 3 Decoville lights, 4. And for the Decoville light, and you never want to throw these little papers or pieces of Decoville stabilizer away, because this job right here is expensive. You get, it was what, 10 yards? And it was $85. And you know, this is why purse making is a little bit on the pricey side, because the stuff to make it, it's ridiculous. Okay, so now, okay, so now I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna come up here to try to save space, money, and then I could do this one right here. And I gotta push this one over. Okay. And then I could press this one right here. I think, can I? Oh, I could have, but we'll see. Okay. So now I'm just gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna cut this end off. Okay, so now I can put this away. Now, and I'm just cutting out the corners because this part right here is supposed to lay flush against your. Okay, so if I put this one up here, then I could cut it out here. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Okay, and then I'm just going to slice this part freehand. And there goes my piece of stabilizer. Okay, I'm going to save this because you know you can always use it. And then this is going to go to this. Okay, that's in the middle. And then I'm going to cut out this one. I want to get a 28 millimeter blade. They said that those glide much smoother. I haven't seen it yet or tried it, so definitely want to do that. Okay, so I got that. And now I'm just cutting out the top of the trim of that piece that goes on top of this other piece. Because the way this purse is constructed is it's amazing. Okay. So now that I got that piece done, and I got that piece done, I just gotta cut the notches out of this one. And I am almost finished. It takes a little bit, guys. It really does. And like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, child, it'll take you forever. Okay. And now I got one more. Okay, I'm gonna put these big pieces on the side and get rid of these small ones because I don't need the small ones. And I need to do one more flap. So come on out. You said the right price. Okay, so now that's straight right there. Okay. So I think I am done. Sorry guys, I gotta clean up. So guys, if you're interested in these weights on Amazon, they're like 13, 14 bucks. Or like I said, you can use paper weights. Okay, so okay guys, so that is my video for cutting out my belladonna. I'm probably gonna pre-record this and we'll see. If I do it, I might not be talking a lot because you know I gotta concentrate. So guys, I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you for commenting on the live. I so do appreciate it. Um, Thank you. I mean, this is my first time cutting out a live pattern, and I was freaking scared. I think that's why it took me so long. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.